What's up everyone, welcome to ZSR, and well, today we have the first match of round 2 of the A Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup. Sadly, it's quite late at night in the US, so finding a few volunteers that I'm eternally grateful for isn't as easy. So today we are going to try a little experiment, and I'm going to handle tracking and commentary by myself. So this could be pretty hard, so if I miss an item or if I say stupid things, please just let me know. I'll try to keep it to make it as good as possible, but it's definitely a somewhat challenging task. So yeah, don't be mad at me. I'll try. Today we have a little pretty much standard race. Since if I just move over to the layouts, you will see it is Animizer, Open, Random Swords, Ganon in normal mode. So not really something special. Mostly standard stuff, and both guys are almost ready to go. They started a little late because our amazing rando board we got in the Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup channel made by ALttPR is down today. I expect this to be a Discord API issue, because there have been lots of random bot disconnects lately, even for my bots as well, so that's nothing that ALttPR can influence, especially not while he is asleep. No, it's not because I complained about the bot yesterday, I'm pretty sure. I hope so, at least. Hopefully ALttPR's not mad at me for saying something. That would be quite hilarious though. So I just figured, since I'm on my own today, and should provide you with the best possible commentary, I might as well switch to my studio microphone. Just cause, why not? I can. So let me quickly take care of that. Come on. I mean, if I have it, might as well use it. It will sound a little nicer. Maybe make the commentary, the lackluster commentary, a little more enjoyable. So let's switch over. Just like that. And that should change the mic quality only so slightly, ever so slightly. And yeah, it's not a huge difference, but it should be a little better, so I hope you enjoy that. Still gotta properly position it though, and we are off in the meantime, by the way, so let's check out what's going on here. And we have already a routing difference. As Walter starts off the Sanctuary, dazedcloud goes into the sewers and checks out. The old man gets a heart container on the way, but nothing else apparently. Gets the Bombos medallion though of the old man, of our dear uncle, and then switches over, finds a heart container. Nothing so far. And yeah, as I said, it's open, random swords, Ganon, normal, so nothing special regarding routing. The only thing that's changed is the enemy pool, and this actually includes the bosses as well. It's chaos mode for boss fights, so you'll see some special bosses. Walter finds 300 rupees in the Forsaken Woods, and it's at least set on in that regard, adding it to the 50 that he got from the uncle. This is on his heels, and now Daze is actually leaving and going Kakariko, maybe. He didn't find bombs yet, though, except, unlike Walther, who's going towards South Shore, past Shovel Spot, and finds 2 bombs on the way. And that's pretty important for him, because now he can venture into Kakariko from the bottom, having at least 2 bombs, which can be really useful. Piece of heart only on a racing game, so nothing that Walther will worry about, or should even worry about, I want to say. Yep. Microphone is better now. And he's also checking the library, only 10 arrows there, so nothing of value here. And Taste is actually bringing a fish. Why is he bringing a fish? Is that something I didn't know about yet? Oh! That's actually something I didn't know, and the... Oh, wow, that's... ooh. Okay. That one I didn't know, and it actually gave him plenty of bombs, and that's good for Daze, because he's now set on bombs, while Walther still has to buy some of them, so... And Daze finds the fire rod. And the cane of Samari. And the sword in Blind's hut. Holy. What the stacked Blind's hut. Also. This BMOS in the chicken hut is actually hilarious. But yeah, that was quite a stacked Blind's hut. And we have our first check, and if I saw it correctly, only a big 20 from the bottle vendor. If I saw it correctly, that was... let me check. I saw triple crystals, I believe. That's a blue mail on Dazed. And on Walther, obviously. Whoops. Piece of heart. 20 and 50 rupees in the will, so the rest is not really... So we had a blue pendant, a red pendant on Eastern, a 5-6 crystal on Desert Palace, and then... Ooh, and Dazed finds the hammer in Chicken Hut. I actually missed that on Walther's side, so let's mark that as well. What a stacked Kakariko this is. And Hera only was a normal crystal, by the way, so whoops. Well, we got that covered. And lots of items on both sides already. And already a good weapon as well. Library is nothing. And keep in mind that that Bombus medallion that Dazed found on the uncle will still be something to grab for Walther later. And he's now going South Shore, checking the dam. Dazed probably on his heels. That's a surprising order in which Walther does things. Only a piece of heart in the water. And the chest in the dam is actually a full heart container. So, stocking up a few hearts, but nothing more. And he's now probably going towards the mini Moldom cave, which he has plenty of weapons for. Especially bomb, sword, hammer. So on the weapons regard, or in weapons regard, we're actually pretty good to go already. Can do lots of stuff. Walther's just using the hammer because it's more convenient. Not going for that 8 bomb drop. Just because he has 8 bombs already. Finds more here. Then a piece of heart. The hook shot. And crap. But this is already a front-loaded seat. Holy crap. So much stuff in there. We have now a full equipment set for Death Mountain if we ever get there. Because we don't have a glove yet. And we don't have a lamp or a flute yet. So it's not in logic and right now not accessible as well. But if we ever get there, we can full clear it. Pretty much. I'm actually tracking the kid. I'm not sure. I believe Nado sent me a message earlier. I only believe he scooped over it just because I was doing both things at the same time. So I'm trying to keep up with most stuff. More bombs in the ice cave for Walther, so that check wasn't worth it. No worries though, because Dazed is right on his heels. And now checking what Walther already did. He'd potentially go into the castle now. Yep, that's what he does. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dazed actually goes... Looking at the items. He might go eastern area. Because there's not that much open right now, but Eastern seems like a good play right now. And now he finds the bombers as well. And as I just said, Dazed just heads towards the Eastern Palace and will talk to Sahasrara first. And find out where the green pendant is, I guess. He's not even bothering yet. Checking the backside first. That's a quick. And the flute! And a big Tronny, and that's actually already Death Mountain access, and that's probably the way to go after quickly scooping into... No, he's actually noping out. And I can't blame him, because honestly, that's so many items you can just now access on Death Mountain that you just should activate that flute and go towards Death Mountain, because hey, there's so much stuff in there. Meanwhile, Walther's actually checking the back of his cape. So we'll see what Zelda has in herself and around it. So many nice enemies here. That mean trap. Such nice combinations. And finding the map here, so definitely need to check the chests. And we switch over the audio for our national anthem 07 and the Goose is Loose and all those memes that I picked up watching myself on speed gaming. Also, hey Nari, thanks for covering a little for me with tracking. Makes it a lot easier for me, so. She's not bothering with the mic right now, but really helpful. So, shout out to Nari. Big key for Walther, and now we go back, by the way, too. Oh, and I didn't catch what that was, sadly. It was the red meringue for Walther, so... Dazed now up on Death Mountain, having activated that flute. Finding 300 rupees in Spectacle Rock. And checking that hint as well. Something sharp is in plain sight. Something sharp sounds like a sword, and plain sight probably means what? That's the freestanding item probably, right? But definitely a useful hint if you want to find a sword. So Walther just found that flute as well. And Craig as well, making it a lot easier. He will be on Dazed's heels, activating that flute. Dazed is going inside the eastern part of that mountain, going for that 7, or for those 7 checks in here. So we have the first 2. That's a full heart and only bombs, so nothing big yet. Meanwhile, Walther is activating his own flute. And now those 5 chests in here. Taking care of that moblin. That's only a big 20, more bombs. Big 20, big 20. And 300 rupees. What a money cave that was. Suddenly 1100 rupees for Dazed, so he's definitely set for the rest of the seed. And fading the setup for the bomb boost, dropping down to the bottom and now taking the long route. It's actually not even worth it in general. If you fail that bomb boost, it's faster to just do it again. But yeah, he's probably not trusting it and going for the long way. It's still early in the seed, so he can take it, I believe. Meanwhile, Walther actually deciding to rescue the old man without the lamp. And getting a piece of heart for that sequence break, so nothing major. They's now up on top of that mountain, instantly using their hammer to go over to the left side. And we'll see what's over there in Hera, being the crystal that it is. And it's actually full clearable, so I'm not surprised this is going there. Can even get the basement item, and that's a nice color palette for Hera. Makes it actually look better than the original, if you ask me. Big key down in front. So already covered here. And in the back we have a joke hint. A junk hint. Aim at the eyes of Goma, and that's a power glove for Dazed. Still at least 2 items array. Still 2 items array from Darkwood access, and still no moon pearl. So there's still potential for Aghanim in this seed. Having a little trouble in this room, Dazed, taking a while. Now through though, and making good use of that hookshot to get through fast. It's not like yesterday, where the hookshot is pretty much useless against any enemies, because it's not stunning. Once we got it rather late. This time we have it early. Next check. That's a single arrow. Yeah, the mini Walther boss are actually annoying. Alright, Dazed off to fight the Troll Dome, and we'll see if he's actually trolly today. Or if he's playing nice. And it's actually the Troll Dome up there. Does Moldom always have... Wait. I'm confused. Why does Moldom have 3 eyes? Is that something that happens in Animizer? That he gets a 3rd eye? That looked weird. But oh well, he gets his first crystal of the game. In Tower of Terror. Animizer randomized the number of eyes. Nice. I didn't know. And since Dazed already found both items in Tower of Terror, he's not bothering with the bottom, which only would have the compass. So going back east at the mountain and probably checking for the spiral cave. Yep, there we go. Meanwhile, Walter is making his way to the left side, and he'll find his power glove as well. So we're potentially only one item away from Dark World access if we can find that moon pearl. Forgot about that hammer earlier. Aim at the eyes of Goma. Yes, we will. No worries about that. And Dazed. Not finding anything in Spectacle Rock. Leaving in an instant. And we are going back to the eastern area of Hyrule, checking the back of his cape first. That's what Dazed's doing here. So many enemies. So many enemies. Here. Triple chests in the back of his cape. And there it is! That's the moon pearl. And that's the one we desperately need now. So that's Dark World access for dazedcloud. And with that, blowing the seed wide, wide, wide open. And let's see what we got. We have full access to Thief's Town, making it full clearable. Same goes for Skullwoods, which is full clearable. And this is instantly going over. He also found the Master Sword after, of all things, so he is good to go and quite armed for the rest of this. Pipe cave check first. Having a bit of bad luck with the bomb here. Being heavily attacked by lots of different enemies. And there was some hype cave. I mean, yeah. What do we give that hype cave? I'm not sure. Double piece of heart, the red mail, another piece of heart, and a 50 rupee? I mean, what is that? Is that a 3 out of 10? 4 maybe? I don't know. Walter making quick work of Tower of Hera as well. Getting his power glove and a small key that he won't use, because the basement is of no use, so... Yep, he is probably soon finding that moon pearl as well, though. Pyramid check for Dazed. And now going to Catfish. I've not been here, and I'm kind of surprised Dazed is already going here that early, but probably thinking, there's no better moment for me to do it. So might as well. If he had the mirror, that would probably be lots easier, but okay, I guess. $50 rupees from Catfish, so nothing major. Walter just off his Spiral Cave trip, probably not too fond of what he found either. Cashfish, yeah, pretty much. And Walter really needs that moon pull, and he's now in the back of his cape, and he'll find that triple item chest location with the moon pull in there. Green rupee, the moon pull, and the master sword, and now he's set to go to the dark world as well. Both players completely even in progression. There's just a few checks. I want to say like a minute and a half ahead, although Walter's now checking the actual sewers, checking for that one chest in there. So that could be something. And Dace is now going to Dark Kakariko, taking the portal right above. Has to take the long way though, because no Titansmiths yet. And now they are going towards Skullwoods, and that's not really surprising. I mean, Skullwoods is completely open. We have 2 items in there that we can find, so might as well check it, I want to say. And now Dace entering Skullwoods. Meanwhile, Walter finishing his very own check. Only finding a piece of heart in the sewers. And Dace now approaching the first chest in Skullwoods, taking a lot of damage from all that fire. Dang, the Gaguru bars and the winders actually making, or the sparks actually making lots of damage. Taking that small key and heading out towards the next end. Archive check for Walter as well. He will be pretty disappointed, only finding a new tunic there. Health-wise with the red tunic, they are pretty set though, so probably not too worried about that. Alright. Dace going right for the back. Ooh, and gets knocked down here. Probably wanted to grab a bit of health. That didn't turn out the way it was planned. Yep. Grabbing at least that one heart, and now getting rid of the Gyptos. That one Gypto that was vanilla. And that's the only one he had to they had to fight. Rather convenient in this case. Small key, hidden, different enemy in this case. Nice helmet sword, small key. And now 4.5 hearts plus half magic, or for which one is blind. Oh my god, that's... Oh my god, that's so awful. Holy... Yeah, kid, we found blind in Skullwoods. Oh my god, that's awful. Dace taking a dev, and I don't blame them, because that's really mean as hell. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, we found the moon pull in the back of his cape, and that really blew up the seed right open. The moon pull and the master sword, actually, so... And there's no safeties yet either. There's no bottles that we found. Nothing you can use to stock up on health, or maybe even on magic. And this is now fully out of magic. At least a few more hearts, if they can keep it for the rest. Walter stocking up on health on the top of Death Mountain and going elsewhere now. Probably moving the same direction though, moving to Skullwoods, and here we go. Blind again, and blind is so mean here. Has to use the hammer or the sword now. will most definitely be the hammer. But evading Blind's shots while being on that moving platform really doesn't make it easy. Two and a half hearts, and still 1.5 phases to go. Only needs one more hit though for the second phase. Whew. There we go, only one heart left though. And taking another death. Yeah, red mail makes it easier, but it's still really bad. So Daze taking a second death, and I wouldn't be surprised if Daze is saying, no, I'm leaving. Yes, that's what they do. And I'm pretty certain that Walther won't have an easy time with that as well. Or either, because... yeah, that's just mean. And the spikes don't care about your red mail, so... after finding his very own compass. They're still trying to find the second item, hoping that there's no need for doing blind until the end. Well, Julem, they tried fighting blind with the Samaria in the first fight, and he was out of magic for the second one. So, finding the lantern, at least, in the back of Skullwoods. So that's something. Trying to set up the bomb jump here to check the big chest. Failing twice. That's fine, you can try again a few times. The changed palette being a lot darker makes it a little harder to set up. But now they got it, and we're across. Finding a small key only. And Walther is finding blind as well. And now we see he has more magic and more health, so he could be better off. Making it... yeah. Beautiful placement of that Samaria block there. That was, so far, that was schooling on blind, really. Now it gets harder, though. Gets the second phase as well. Down to 5 hearts. And looking good for Walther. And he gets it! That was quite impressive. Getting that blind fight. And getting rewarded only with a piece of heart. But that was really amazing. Daze, meanwhile, only finding 50 rupees in the sea house and then going to a bombable hut. Let's check what he finds there. And he finds the Book of Samaria. Oops. Yeah, first phase with the Samaria block was pretty much perfect. Really good fight by Walther. Chest game, single arrow, and a red rupee for Dazed. No. Somalia is something different. Dazed going into Seas Town, deciding it's probably for the better. And this gives Walther actually a pretty good advantage. Because that double death to blind in Skullwoods took a lot of time from Dazed. He needs to make sure to find that lantern though, but I'm pretty sure he will. Because he's still checking Skullwoods, obviously. Only having found one single item so far in Skullwoods. He's taking a lot of damage again. Those enemy spawns are not really nice. Also, if you just check the schedule, you're more than happy and invited to join us for every event we have coming up. There's still a few that I didn't add to the schedule yet, because we're still finding out times for the upcoming events, as well as the new weeklies that we will have on ZSR for 2019, which will be Breath of the Wild and Majora's Mask, featured with weeklies. That's still in planning stages though. We'll focus on the Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup and Ocarina of Time Randomizer for the next few weeks as well, so make sure to stop by every now and then. It will be great fun, I promise, and mostly you will find, well, better suited commentators than me when somebody's available. Also, Walter just checked the Bumper Cave ledge and only found a big 20 on there, so that's definitely not needed. And I'm pretty certain he's now moving towards Seafstein as well, where we'll find the Helmasaur King. Helmasaur King in Seafstein, and that's pretty nice because we have the Master Sword and we have a hammer. I mean, yes, it will take forever because Master Sword slashes to the eye. I believe it takes 16 or something. No, it's only 8. Actually, I forgot. It's 8 with the Master Sword. So he's getting rid of the Helmasaur King quite nicely. Finishing up Thieves Town. Getting rewarded with 10 arrows and a crystal. And that was pretty a pretty damn clean, but pretty empty Thieves Town, sadly. dazedcloud now probably going South Shore. Oh yeah, I still need to add that brackets command to the bod. But for now, I have it like this. For the next match later, we'll have a brackets command. And dazedcloud is actually going for the digging game. Not finding... Oh, and the item of choice here is a big 20 as well. So many big 20s in the item pool. Meanwhile, Walter is scooping through the remainings of Thieves Town, flickering away because of the weird and not really intended enemies. The good part is, since we're an Enemizer, you don't really have to do all the stuff in Thieves Town. You can just go straight into the boss room and see what's there. So Walter is now fighting good guy King Helmasaur as well. And yeah, if you're wondering what are these item placements and enemies and calls about, this is Enemizer. That's a special mode for Link to the Past Randomizer. You can access yourself just on your Randomizer page, and it will give you different settings on how enemies are randomized in the world. So in this case, we have Chaos mode for the bosses and a changed color palette and randomized enemies as well. And this match was, or this setting was actually picked by dazedcloud, I believe. We have an Agina check for Dazed, so we'll see what that's about. Agina has a big Tronny again. Oh man, as if we didn't have enough of these already. I'm actually not sure who picked the first one. Sadly I didn't ask earlier. Julian, there is no prize pool. This is actually all about bragging rights. Bragging rights. And getting a little more attention. dazedcloud now into Desert Palace, checking out this dungeon for the first time. Finding the compass first, so nothing there so far. We'll see if we need boots, if it's boots locked, and it is boots locked. The big... Oh no, it's actually not boots locked. The big chest is boots locked, but that's it. A unique item is hidden in the closet. Yeah, we already found that. There was the flute. And Dazed leaving the dungeon. Going back to Kakariko, and now what? Deciding against it. Deciding to go elsewhere. In this case, it seems like Dazed is going... Oh yeah, Dazed didn't do the back of escape yet, or like the escape sequence at all with rescuing Zelda, so... He is now entering the castle through the main door like a real intruder. Finds a ferry there. Chain Chomp. That combination though. A Chain Chomp and a Hoko Boko. Dr. Butthurt, there's quite a few emulators you can pick. In this case, I can't tell you which ones they are using. It's not even needed that they play on emulator, because randomizer does work fine on an SNES if you have the tools you need to play SNES games via SD card. So I can't tell you, sadly. If you want to have more information though, about allowed and useful emulate... Wait. Why is that not working? There we go. Go to ALttPR and you will find all information needed. And yeah, Midna is right. ZSNES is just an awful emulator, and thus not allowed for A Link to the Past randomizer, or A Link to the Past in general. There was a fitting enemy. An Armor's Knight protecting Zelda's chest. Alright, Walter going towards Pod. Still not full clear. We don't have a bottle, and we don't have the bow. But still a dense item location. It's... IMO, it's not the easiest to set up. SNES 9X is better in everything, pretty much. And low resource cost is really not an issue if you play SNES. Also, I apologize for the frame issues on Walter's part. That's not on my end. That's sadly on his end, so... Finding the Titansmiths in the first chest immediately in pod. That's quite interesting. So he's getting a good start here. And that allows him to now pretty much go everywhere he wants. Still no swamp access, yeah, and still no TR access probably, but that's pretty much it. Dazed instantly noping out after finding his Titansmiths. And Walther deciding it's for the better as well. So both of them now on Titansmith and really close together. The big advantage that Walther has is that he actually finished Skullwoods, because they decided after dying twice to blind being in Skullwoods that he doesn't want that crap right now, and that's a big advantage that Walther has. Yeah, I believe Walther took a while to remember he cannot do Potion Glitch. Yeah, 20 years ago, Techno, when we were still young and free and all that crap. Walther going up this mountain now. I'm not sure what he's up to. I even started on an 486. Oh, and that was the tempered sword on the floating island. Tempered sword. So that was the hint about that we saw earlier. Oh, and we need ether for Turtle Rock, so that's not open to us as well right now. But we can enter the Hookshot Cave and see what we find there. Not an Andy seed. Ooh, and gets wrecked. That spike though, that's going to be problematic. That trapped here, yeah, that was the only way to get past it. Oh, he fails it. Fails to grab the chest. Walther, please. Sets it up again, gets barely past it. Now, nope. This is as trolly as it gets, honestly. Sanctuary Heart, yeah. Piece of heart. And there's Ether, conveniently right next to Turtle Rock. And we found the mushroom, if I just saw that correctly. On dazedcloud side in the Super Bunny Cave. Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty certain that the Animizer has logic in it as well to just prevent unbeatable seeds because of a random enemy spawn. That would be bad. Dazed finding his ether as well, and now leaving to Walther instantly turning in that mushroom and finding a Fisher Price shield. And then it streamed up. Oh no, he reset. He doesn't want to waste his mushroom. Wants to do fake powder instead, probably. With it. Doesn't like the Fisher Price shield enough. And to be honest, who wants a Playmobil shield? honestly. Who cares? Okay, Walter using his newly acquired Titansmiths to go to the southwest of the Dark World and entering Maya Shed first. That seems like a good play. He can also check. He didn't check the medallion, I believe. Check the Maya medallion, I was about to say, but apparently he doesn't want to. And that's the flippers in the Maya Shed. And another big 20. He potentially will check now, and that's Bombos. So we have access to Meyer, and oh yeah, he has all 3 medallions. Fair point here, and it's Bombos, so he can enter anyways, no matter what, and he's going in there right now. Meanwhile, Dazed going back again to fight Blind. And that one is really costly, because that's the 3rd time he has to enter the back end of Skullwoods, and it's always a long way to go. No. It doesn't. Techno. It doesn't. Alright, first room of Maya, always a nuisance. Good use of the sword beam stab to enter room quickly. And they're still trying to fight Blind. Can somebody please ban Techno? I don't want to. Alright, Dave's trying again, using some Aria blocks again. A little more magic this time. Gets her first race down. Trying again, second Samaria block. This one is good. Ooh, and now Blind is moving over, so second phase done though. And that Blind fight is still challenging, but this time I'm pretty sure that Dazed got it. One hit away. And there we go, Dazed. 3 times the charm. He gets his revenge on Blind, and it's only for a piece of heart, but we knew that. It's mostly about the crystal anyways. Yeah. Blind in Mothula's room seems even more trolly than Mothula itself. And I believe so far, Walter didn't find anything in Maya except the big key. Only dungeon items so far. Even going through the tile room. All those rooms that sometimes you just do not see. Even has to take the long way around because he didn't manage to light the torch on time or in time. Flipper is now as well for Dazed, and he's entering Maya as well, so this is still anyone's game. If I think about it, the checks that both of them did are really close together. So Dazed is not far behind. And unique item is an Ice Palace, so we gotta note that one down, because Ice Palace is a green pendant. So, with the newly acquired Flippers, I wonder if one of them potentially will go there right after finishing. The Mire. Now, single arrows were already found. Single rupee was already found as well, I believe. And Walther approaching the bathroom real quick. And we'll see who threw Vitreous out of the house. Oh yeah, this is not Ocarina of Time randomizer. The single rupee is not unique. It is an Ocarina of Time randomizer though, which is hilarious. Vitreous is actually Vitreous. It's a Helmasaur King. Seems good enough. It's not like we didn't find him before, but he apparently came back from the death. Maybe Ganon can revive dead people now. Or dead monsters. But hey Helmasaur, welcome back. You're getting wrecked again. maybe the Helmasaurs have multiple kings here. And Walther getting rid of the Helmasaur King quite easily. Finishing off Meyer, getting his first of the 5-6 crystals. Getting a small key for that trouble. And Dazed Cloud not far behind, and I wonder where Walther is going now. I believe he didn't find all items yet in Meyer. Maybe he did. He's definitely going out. So he's going Light World. And where is he going? He's going Mountain Cave, potentially only to fill up, yeah. And he's not fluting, so he's going back East Est Mountain. I believe they didn't really check all the items in Dark Death Mountain yet. So there's still plenty of potential. There is Turtle Rock that is open now. Of course he can't finish it because there's no Ice Rod unless there's, and the chances of it are high, unless there's no Trinex, which we don't know. So maybe he's actually going Turtle Rock. I mean, at this point, might as well. I mean, after all, Ice Pillars could have the Ice Rod in it and just not be required. Of course, there's no Trinex. Then again, Ice Rod could be required anyways, because we have Trinex elsewhere. We'll see. Dazed getting rid of the Helmasaur King as well, and he's going back into Meyer, still having unfinished business there. Walther checking the tablet. And this tablet gives us a piece of heart. And he's picking up his hammer, so this could indeed be the Turtle Rock play. And we'll see about it ASAP, as Dazed is still browsing through the remainings of Meyer, trying to find the remaining item. Nice save there. So many weird and mean enemies. Stop taking my bombs. Yeah, Turtle Rock might be full clearable, depending on the final boss. And we're still trying to find the bow, by the way. That bow is still hidden somewhere. There's still no mirror. And Mir actually... A unique item is in Mimic Cave. Damn you, game. Where's that bow? Where's that mirror? Give us that mirror. Well then. Kid called it. GG to Kid. Someone give Kid a sub. But yeah. Walter now scooping through Turtle Walk, trying to find something. Torchlighting included. A little late, so he has to take the long way. With the hookshot there. And this is... Oh, powder for Walter in Turtle Walk, so he doesn't need to worry about that fake powder again anymore. But yeah, if that checking here for days is not paying off, this was a really big time investment for nothing, so he sure should hope that he's finding anything. Potentially the mirror, that would be such a big advantage for Dazed. Probably an advantage that Dazed potentially couldn't come back from. That Walter potentially couldn't come back from. Unique item is an Ice Palace, we already knew about that one. And Walter's finding the big key here. And yeah, there's the final item. It's the big 20 and it's 300 rupee. So that full clear of Maya didn't really pay off, sadly, for Dazed. And it was a really big time investment. Yes, for Army, that Animizer mode we use in the Challenge Cup is actually, let me check. No, it's no pot shuffle, boss shuffle, chaos, enemy shuffle. That's all. The rest is default. And no chaos damage. Yep. So, not as awful. Another small key in the big key chest for Walter. So, besides the powder that he found, nothing of value yet in Turtle Rock. And that's where Dazed is heading as well, by the way. He is now able to enter, so might as well. Those of them will probably go Ice Palace right after though, because, I mean, they got the hint that it's a unique item in there, might as well check it. And it's a green pendant, so... So Walter would just love to mirror over to the light world now, but he can't, so gotta leave that item behind. Big 50 rupees in the big chest. Bow and Mimic Cave would actually be cool. Really cool, but hey, who am I to say that? I mean, yesterday we got Game 3 of Top Life versus Iris, and it was an inverted expert seed, and it took 2.5 hours, and it was like pedestal required. So I'm not saying anything. That bot is just mean. Titansmiths on pedestal yesterday. Yeah, that was crazy. That was quite something. Also, those enemies, those... That's amazing. Those... spike traps. Mirror on pedestal is actually possible, so... I guess. Let's check the pedestal. It can't be the bow, obviously. It could be boots. It could be the mirror. It could be the ice rod, I mean. No, nobody has checked pet yet. Because no mirror, it's just not convenient to do it. Nothing on laser bridge, except for small keys. And yes, Shulin, it is. Alright. Trinex boss key room. Who did settle down in that room, and who decided to be the guardian of Turtle Rock? Find out in the next episode. No, just kidding. We find Mothula in there. Welcome, Mothula. And well, I'm pretty sure Walter can deal having Mothula here. All of a sudden, Mothula didn't really seem all that sketchy and scary. And it's an easy map for Walter and his very own 5th crystal. So, 6th crystal. So he's only... Wait. No, 5th crystal. Holy crap. Counting is hard. So he's only 2 away. Where's he going now? I still say go Ice Palace. No, Mimic was not checked because we don't have a mirror. Hand. So I suggest going Ice Palace, finding the mirror in there probably, potentially, and then going Mimic Cave because there's something unique in there. And apparently we get a Scamfish check first, so Waterfall Fairy first. And then a Scamfish. Piece of heart and a bottle. That's actually the first bottle we found all seed. So, fairy in a bottle, not too bad. We can finally check the sick kid and steal all his last remainings. So, yeah, might as well, after checking Zora, check the sick kid. So, Scamfish, what do you have? I mean, with the amount of money both runners have, it's really nothing to worry about. Even if the Scamfish is the big scam. So, hello Scamfish, what do you have? Nothing was on the ledge, it was only a piece of heart. And the Scamfish has another piece of heart, so... yeah, no, thanks. Great. Lovely. And we're going back to Link's house. Picking up the flute. And now I'm pretty certain Walter will go to Kakariko here and check the sick kid. Yep. That was not really surprising, given it's a really quick check. Dazed on his very own way to the laser bridge. Sick kid has the tempered sword. Well, kiddo, you're not supposed to commit Sudoku, even if you're sick. Why would you do that? I mean, okay, maybe the kid is into bacon. That's potential. Yeah, I mean, bacon is really healthy. Bacon probably made the sick kid healthy again. And we also know where the 4th sword is, by the way. It's on Floating Island, so when we, once we find the mirror, we can get that butter sword. And who wouldn't want a little butter to its bacon? So nothing on the magic bed. And where's Walter going? Is he now going towards ice? Yes, he is. Ice Palace is the play, and I'm still not surprised given It's the green pendant, and we got that hint that there's a unique item in there, so yeah. Ice Palace is the play. There's not that much left that Walther could actually check. I mean, Eastern, he's not going Ice yet. He's going Hobo first. We didn't check Hobo yet. So, from one sick kid to one weird guy living under the bridge. Waterfall of Wishing just has been checked, and it was only crap. And Hobo whipped his own heart out to give it to us, to make us able to save the world. And Walther's noping out again. I'm kind of surprised he's actually what... Oh no, he's not. He's just... mirroring... fluting back there, because it's faster. And there we go. It's finally... Walther! Come on! It's only bombs. In the Lake Hylia Island, or on the Lake Hylia Island. Now he's finally going. Nice Palace! And we'll see what he finds in there. So it's confirmed there's a unique item in here. And honestly, if you don't find the mirror... Okay, Big Chest and Swamp Palace is dead. Ted Beamos. Finding a small key here, of course. It's confirmed that there's a unique item in here, so that's needed, potentially. And if it's the mirror, he'd probably nope out again. Because if it's early in Ice Palace, he'd probably nope out again. Because, I mean, at that point, you have so much stuff to do if you find the mirror here or the bow. But Ice Palace is actually one of those palaces that can really get messy with Enemizer, just because different enemy palette can make Ice even harder. And Techno, no matter what your doctor gave you, I want that too. Please. Good use of the Ether Medallion here to get rid of all those small and fast enemies. Take RNG. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's one of those rooms I kind of meant. Enemizer makes Ice Palace super awkward. And we have a really dark color palette as well, making it even worse, so... Check the hint. A unique item is in Skullwoods. Yeah, thanks, we found that. That was the lamp. And yeah, Ice Palace boss is another point that maybe lets the runner skip whatever is in there, because honestly, ice physics make every little boss, or every boss, kind of awkward, so... Nothing so far. Definitely not going with the vanilla strat here, because that item combination... And actually, the bombs were really helpful in this case. Good room for Walther. Daze, meanwhile, checking left, right, trying to find something. To no avail so far, and now actually turning in the mushroom, which will be only the Fisher Prize shield, as all of us know. Big key for Walther. And he's missing that one. Didn't look intended, but I mean, he probably wants to go. Nope. There we go. He gets it and finds a small key in the big chest. Fisher Prize shield for Dazed. Not even sure if Dazed picked it up, did he? He did. So, that's a Fisher Prize shield. And and Dazed is right on his heels. That's actually something that... Ooh, we got the boots! Das Boots! In Ice Palace, and Walther is instantly going. Not what he hoped for. Yeah, what are those? Not what we hoped for. Those were, for sure. For sure. No, it's not high heels. High heels look different. But yeah, Walther instantly leaving after finding the boots, and hopefully for him, that's not biting him in the butt, but... Because, Bunk Rocks and King's Tomb and Logic, but besides that, did anything change? Well, yeah. The thing that actually did change was to put more of Desert Palace in Logic, because we found the big key there on the torch, so Desert Palace is now open. Completely. And since it's the 5-6 crystal, I'm pretty sure that's where Walther is heading next. Finds the blue meringue, the best meringue in Bonk Rocks. Let's go for dessert. Well, the kid we don't know, because it could still be Ice Rod required. Ice Rod could still be required, so... And we probably need... It could be that we need the mirror, because, Mimic Cape has a unique item, so... Oh yeah, and we need mirror for Swamp, so we are not in no mode anyways. In bow mode anyways. Unique item is in a Sage's Closet. Yeah, well. That one we found ages ago. Big chest in Desert Palace. And it is the small key. Oh yeah, surprising. Yeah, kid, that's always the item requirement I keep forgetting as well. Yes, you need Swamp to mirror to enter Swamp. Alright, Walther going to the back of Desert. We'll see what he finds in there. Dazed, meanwhile, scooping through the Ice Palace. He will find his own boots very shortly. Still a bit away, though. That Maya checking was super costly. Besides double death on blind in Skullwoods. Unique item is an Ice Palace. Well, we are here, so thanks for letting us know, I guess. The skilling through the remainings of the Desert Palace and now closing in on what could potentially be Land Molders, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Landmo could be anything, and if it's actually Trinix, I'm going to lose it. I'm just going to lose my shit on stream. I don't care. If this is Trinix, no. It's Argus! Welcome, Argus! Welcome, Argus, into the mix. That fight is really not any different. Water or sand doesn't really make a difference. And that's it. Walther getting rid of Argus quickly and only being rewarded with a big 20. So that's the second 5-6 crystal though. So he'll probably get the big bomb and go on a date with the nice and, well, big boned Pyramid Fairy. Dazed is still in Ice Palace though. Where is Walther going? Back into the main of Desert. He didn't find the second item yet, I believe, so... He's probably going right side now. Checking what he can find there. Dazed now close to the big chest and thus close to the boots, which were in the next room. Oh, and it's a blue goo bottle. Well, no mirror. Sorry. So, blue goo, not that bad, but obviously not what he was hoping for. And he takes the exit nobody ever takes. Does boots for Dazed as well, and apparently Dazed is not instantly noping out, which is a difference, and it could lead to an advantage for him if he finds something. Walther going back into the dark world, and where is he heading? Hammer packs, it is. Hammer packs it is. Hammer dashing through the packs. Oof. Bonk included, but we'll see what the hammer packs have. And the hammer packs have another bottle. A bee in a bottle, and Walter's saying, well, nope. I'm out of here. And, excuse me? A third Helmasaur King? The dynasty of Helmasaurs is never ending. Apparently. Walter now going with the save and quit, because he has no mirror to save. Our dear friend, the Froggy. Dazed finishing Ice Palace, and I mean, if something is on Green Pendant, this could be really big for him. But so far, that really was not worth it. So we'll see. Unless there's something on Pedestal, I mean, obviously. So, let's save the Smiths, or the second Smith, and see what they got. And today, the Smiths are suddenly... Well, okay. The Smiths changed their job and are now suddenly into counterfeiting money business, so not really worth it. Yeah, at this point, I want to say you're correct. That they should maybe consider checking the pedestal, not because it's a really convenient check, or if, or since it would give them anything, but since they're really looking for 2 key items, and it kinda messes with your... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Lumberjack wasn't checked either, so... Dazed probably on the way to that now, because... I mean, at this point, you really gotta ask yourself... Eastern and Pod are 2 of the dungeons I cannot finish right now. There was bombs, I believe. I cannot finish right now. They have... Yeah, nah, I don't even know how to put it, but yeah, I doubt that doing A pedestal check at this point is really worth it. So Walter's just going, picking up the big bomb, and he will head to the Pyramid Ferry, and that's a good check, if you ask me. There's not much left right now, and we all know it. And I believe if this one is not paying off at all, going into Eastern to check at least if there's something in there, which nobody did so far, seems eh. And yeah, kid, both of them tipped or checked pod, dipped in there, and both of them found the Titans mids, I believe, in there. Good usage of the hookshot here to dash with the big bomb here. Good tech usage by Walter. Yep, Titansmiths were in pod. And now, what has the Pyramid Ferry? 10 arrows! And the mirror! Here we go! That's the mirror, and now you go Swamp. Now you go Swamp. Because, I mean, let's face it. Pet is not dead. Pet can have Ice Rod. So unless it's Trinex in Swamp. Wait, are we potentially in go mode? Do we need the bow at all for the remaining stuff? Just thinking, because we're an Animizer. We don't need the bow, right? So potentially this is go mode. Yep. Well, and pod could be broken now, since we have bottles by now, so... Alright, Walter in Swamp, and he is now hoping to either found the bow or the Ice Rod in here. Because I'm pretty sure, given that it's Animizer, he will not play full go mode. Didn't flood the key, that's good. Meanwhile, Dazed finishing off the remainings of Argus in the Desert Palace. Still trying to keep up with Walter, but falling more and more behind. And he's going back to the right side of Desert Palace as well, right? As Walter did. And Walter is venturing further and further into what is a weirdly colored Swamp Palace. But yeah, it looks like he's really browsing through. Ah, not entirely. He's doing a few checks here and there. Loopy and the shovel. Do you like to go on a fetch quest, Chad? Do you? I hope so. But I'm pretty sure Walter will not do that check yet. Maybe he will. He's not far away, but he has no mirror. Oh, he has the mirror now, so yeah, he might as well just go over after Swamp. That's a quick check to make. and not really taking lots of time. And it's Armor's Knights. Well, let's use the fire rod. Oh, just use the tempered sword. And this is like one of the worst fights for you to not have the bow, just because it takes forever. Yeah, at this point you might just want to go full GT. And since that's the final crystal for Walther, we play a game now, so... So we play a little game here. And it's a little different from the ones on Speed Gaming, because on ZSR, to make it easier for you to bet and determine who's betting what, use exclamation mark bet plus your bet, and then we'll see who wins for bragging rights and eternal Zelda speedruns fame, which seems like a good idea, right? Who doesn't want to be famous? Meanwhile, Dazed actually decided to dip Eastern Palace, and ouch, that hurts. I mean, if he finds the bow or the ice rod in here, good for him, but eh. At that point, he's so far behind. Also, I need to bet myself, by the way. Techno was faster. Techno, why did you steal my bet, honestly? Shouldn't be allowed. Also, I want to give a warm shout out to Norinato, that actually jumped in and helped tracking and took over the tracking like halfway into the seed. Because at the beginning of this, it looked like I had to do commentary and tracking all by myself, and I did that for like 40 minutes, and then she took over. So shout outs to Nori. To Nato. And Walther is noping. He says, I don't care about the unique item in Mimic Cave. I'm going GT. And that's where we are now. So, final bet time. You have 5 more seconds. Yeah, he doesn't want the bother. I'm kind of surprised too, but I mean... Okay then. I mean, without bow, I'd probably pick the butter, but okay. We are in GT. Chest number 1 is a Fisher Price shield, and it would be a fire shield for days. Chest number 2 is only a blue pea. Alright, left side. Chest number 3. Walther, what did we find? It's a small key. Chest 4, 100 rupees. Chest number 5 is the cape. And chest number 6 is another small key. Chest number 7. Good usage of the Ether Medallion. 7, only 10 arrows. And Dazed finding... Yeah, Dazed, well, enjoy your land molars in Eastern Palace. And the enemies make this really hard. Good job for Dazed, finishing for 10 arrows. Chest number 8 is the map for Walther. And we have to randomize a room. Chest number 9, 10, 11, 12. If I'm correct. Am I correct, guys? Chest number 9. Piece of heart. Chest number 10 is the big key. 11, a red goo, and 12 being a small key. So that's 10. And the winner... Well, it doesn't matter. Techno, you still won, because there's no better guess. So, GG. Techno and me won. Alright. So Walther has the big key now. He's still... now... going up the Ganon's tower. Taking the scenic route here to have a little easier time. Meanwhile, Dazed is going towards the Pyramid Ferry. Won't find anything here. And he is really far behind at this point. So Walther not going for the ferries. And what would be the biggest troll now? Trinex on Moldome? Trinex on Moldome. That would be probably the biggest troll, right? Or Trinex on Landmolars, yeah. Oh, Trinex can't be on Moldome too, okay. So, Trinex on Landmolars then it is. Dazed going back into the Dark World. I wonder where he's now venturing. Potentially just going Swamp after finding that mirror that he desperately needed. So, he must feel behind. He must have felt behind all seed after that double death to Blind in Skullwoods. And Walther is making progress. And now... And we get Trinex! Oh my god! Holy crap! That Trinex. Ice Rod for Go mode, all of a sudden. Oof. And Walther is saying, hell no, I'm checking the rest of Ganon's tower first, the right side, to make sure. Suddenly, Pedestal is back in logic. Suddenly, the rest of GT is interesting, even the big chest. Suddenly, it even could be something in pod before you need... Oh no, actually, all in pod was checked, I believe. Suddenly, it's the green pendant again, which I'm not sure Dazed checked. Although he probably did. Shovel Spot is back in logic. Spike Cave wasn't checked. It can be Mimic Cave, which is confirmed to have a unique item, and honestly, that's my suggestion to go. Well, we can't go pod boss right now because we don't have the bow. And welcome to all those rooms in Ganon's castle you don't know. No, Amos Knights was confirmed to be Argus. No, it was confirmed to be Lan Molas. Because Dazed already did it. Unless you mean Ice Armors in Ganon's Tower. Then maybe. That would be... We have Bob's chest. That's not really Bob-like today. But okay. And that's the Swagnad! This run officially has swag now, so at least that's something. And oh! Hello, Vitreous! What are you doing here? And Vitreous with ice physics really seems awkward. But okay! Oh, and only 3 more hearts for Walther, but he has a red goo and a fairy, so he shouldn't be all that scared. Ooh, and look what we found. We are back to the Armor's Knights in Swamp Palace. Dazed made all the way through. Made it all the way through. And he's really taking lots of damage here, Walther. Having lots of problems with these ice physics. And now it's only the big one. Only the big eye to go. 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, and 4 hits, and 5 hits, 6, 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. It was close for Walther, but he did it, and he finished off Vitreous. And now we have the triple chests in here. 1 big triple bombs, single rupee, and another triple bombs. Well, that was nothing in Ganon's Tower. Whew. And he is still not noping out. Meanwhile, Dazed having trouble with the Armor's Knight final phase against the Red Armor's Knight. Ooh. Only 3.5 hearts, so he's really careful. No, he's not going Tile Room. He's going Turtle Rock. And Dazed having trouble using the hammer now. 1 more. Another one. Come on, Dazed, you can do it. And there he gets it. And that only for... I mean, it's a crystal, so I needed to do it anyways. But only 4 compass. What are fight? And yeah, Master Sword really is bad for Dazed now. He really needs to check that sick hit. He could check it for quite a while now, and he didn't. And Walther is now definitely going to the Mimic Cave. He is going Mimic Cave because Mimic Cave has a unique item that's confirmed. So he wants to go there. And Dazed is grabbing a few potions now because he feels like it. T-Rock itself is full cleared, but we still have to do Mimic Cave, so... No butter is allowed. I disagree. After all, bacon is better and tastes better with butter, so... half a heart! Ooh, for Walther! This is so close. Yeah, Tranix and GT on Lan Molas. So we need the Ice Rod. And it could be anywhere. So here is the magic Mimic Cave check. And if it's bow, I'm losing my shit. Nice enemies in the Mimic Cave. And Walther is living life on the edge. Alright, Mimic Cave. What do we have? It's the bow! This seed is amazing. Like, holy shit. This seed. Poor Walter. And, well, Walter, if you don't go pedestal now, I'm sadly going crazy on you. And he's not. He is going into palace. He is going pod. Day is getting his temperate from the floating island. Important for him. Also, Nori, if you need to go, please let me know, because I know you're on a timer. Ah, Jesus, that's it though. Akseni, thank you so much for this 2 months in a row. Alright, Dazed is going into GT and Dazed will be so sad. Because, I mean, he must feel behind already, and when he notices it's the Ice Rod, I'm pretty sure he'd be out of his mind. So Walter is now obviously hoping for the Ice Rod in pod. But will he get it? You'll find out soon. That's not what he was hoping for. A small key. Second chest. Another small key, and there are a lot of small keys in pod, so not surprising. Dazed finding the cape on the side. Tile room has Ice Rod. Come on. That'd be... well... I mean, honestly, if this is actually Ice Rod on pedestal, Dazed is suddenly back in it, because... yeah, well... big key for Walter now. He's going into the basement. Having a little trouble with the equips lately. He's probably pretty tilted as well. So I'm not surprised. Vanilla big key. And now he's still looking for that Ice Rod. No silvers, by the way. We didn't find silvers at all. Still was a validation chest? Yeah, well. Okay, bomb jump. Ooh, and hold the dice! Those Guru bars were actually super mean. But luckily for him, he has a ferry, so he's alive. And finding the map. Those bars! Dang! So much fire. Another small key. 10 bombs. And Dazed, meanwhile, is still going up the mount, up the castle, up the tower. And he wants to fight Ganon until he will have to face the sad truth that he can't. And there it is! That it is! That's the Ice Rod, and that's now official go mode. The Ice Rod wasn't pod after all. The pedestal is dead. And you know what the worst part of it is? Dazed wasn't pod shortly, and Dazed had the bottle, and Dazed could have gotten that chest. And if he did, he would have been ahead by now and won. A sequence broken. Oh yeah, it wasn't bow locked either. That ice rod was available from the start. Like, in forever. And if one of them just checked there... Ugh. Thanks again, Norinato, for doing amazing tracking as always, like, every day. Und danke dir. Bye, Nato. Walther is now going to the Dark World, and he will be facing off against Trinex shortly. And yeah, Dazed is about to find out the sad truth. The sad truth. And there we go. He already knows, I believe. He already does know now. And now he's going to be so sad. He was just standing there for a while. Yeah, Ace. As you just saw on Dazed screen, Land Molars was in the way. And it wasn't the Land Molars. It was actually... What a convenient ferry, by the way. It was actually Trinex. Alright. Now it's definitely Walther's race to lose. And, yeah, Dazed will be feeling pretty crumbled right now. Because, let's face it, he had a hard race all game. He died twice to... Oh, now he has trouble with the bomb. He had lots of trouble facing blind in Skullwoods. That was already problematic. Then he got trolled here and there. And well, now that Ice Rod pun, pretty much. Pretty sure he feels kind of down right now, and he gotta feel like he lost at this point. And meanwhile, Walther is climbing the remainings of the gauntlet and closing in on Trinex and Moldom 2 and Aghanim and Ganon. Any second, he will be there and he will get to fight the Trinex. The one that actually really made the seed even worse than it already was. And where is Dazed going? He's checking whatever he can find right now, I believe. And Walther with the celebratory Ether medallion. And here it is. Here's Trinex. No ice physics, so it's a little easier. But that little torch on the side is actually kind of eh. And there we go. And now it's only a little bit of Snake to play. And we have Butter, so... Getting a few quick hits in, and that's it for Walther. He finishes off Trinex. Meanwhile, Dazed is back into Turtle Rock. He wants to check the Mimic Cave himself, and he will finally find the bow there. But at that point, it's going to be too late. And I'm pretty sure at that point, he's going to be... Walter's going to be done. Pretty much. Fading that room here. And that one is now kind of weird with the items you got. Finally used for the bow as well. We didn't do that all game. And Walther managed that pretty decently. Probably now only a few seconds away. And dear Random Simon, this is actually Animizer, and Animizer has an option to use a random color palette, which will adjust the dungeon and general overworld colors like that on random or randomly. So this is why. You can turn it off, but you don't have to. And now it's only 2 more rooms until we see the Moldom 2. And unless Walter gets knocked down, I want to say 80 times by Trolldom. Now that Dazed finally got his bow, this will be a done-for seed. Alright, Walter. Here we have to Trolldom, and it's another case. Another severe case of weird bugs, and in this case, it's the Muscular that got wrecked. Validation is achieved. It's a big 20. What else? And that's it for this seed, pretty much. Only 2 more fights to go. Let's face Aghanim and then the big pig, Ganon. And here we go. Welcome to the Aghanim fight. The only one we'll see in this match, actually, because Aghanim 1 wasn't required. And we start with a double. Good double, actually, because this was a weird pattern for Walter. Number 2. There was nothing. And the blue ball to 2-0. Only getting 1 here. Whoops. And Dace is doing paw to find the ice rod. Because we had Trinex on Landmall 2, so. Another one, 2-0-1-1. 2-0-1-1-1. And that's it. Now, and there we go, 2-0-1-1-1-1. And now it's only 1 more, and he's already showing and turning into a bat, because that's less ugly. Walter against the big pig. Yeah, 2-0-1-0-1-1-1. And Dazed. Still looking for that ice rod. But he's not that far away. It is in the dark room. In the torch room. And Walter, meanwhile, entering the Ganon fight. There we go. Nice Triforce. And Ganon is talking about tentacles again. He really seems to have a fetish for tentacles, and that kind of disturbs me. So we don't have silvers. I don't have a fetish for tentacles, I'm sorry. So, third phase. Approached. And now he's making quick work of the G, the big G. We have Silverless Ganon though, so it will take a little. Dazed still approaching. Wait, where did it say that the arrows were in the light world? Yo, Puck, what's up? Hope you had a Merry Christmas, man. Yeah, so light arrows, silver arrows potentially on pedestal. Could be. Because there's not that much left that the 2 of them didn't check. I'm just trying to think of it, what they didn't check in the light world, but there's not much that comes to mind. If they... They did check Lumberjack. They did check Lumberjack. I believe they checked everything. They didn't check... Yeah, they didn't check K45 and Lumberjack. That's true. Both were unchecked, so maybe one of those. Lumberjack was bombs, yeah, that's true. So yeah. Also, Dace just gave it away that he's finished as well. Welcome, Dazed in chat. Pack. I was actually sure it was Puck all the time. Pack. Okay. Walter is finally done, and we call it GG, finishing with an official SRL time of 1:58:12. Actually, the timer being a little ahead of themselves right here. And that's a GG. And since this was quite a seed, let's welcome in Dazed and Walter together. Guys, what a seed. He's actually skipping for it. What a seed.
Oh my god. Nothing like running up the land to and going, oh! Oh, I don't have Ice Rod.
What does Razor Blade on pedestal mean?
It's either a sword, or that's the silver arrows.
Razor Blade is probably silvers, because the fourth sword actually was on Sickit. Dazed.
It's on Sickit.
So yeah, silver arrows were actually on pedestal.
Lovely. I was basically there, so yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
what
man.
a seed.
That was brutal. That was brutal. I love that blind fight.
Yeah, we kind of lost it because you were so close at one time, and then you fell again, and
Skullwoods is the death of me. I'm always hyper aggressive on it.
Yeah. Walter actually was more lucky using the Cane of Samaria there and did it first try, and it kind of pulled him ahead early. And that was really useful, so for him. But you actually kept up for quite a while. Also, welcome,
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
I had my mic muted. I missed that.
So, how do you feel about that seat?
Well, I want to say I'm surprised, but I did kind of say in this Rel room that it's probably going to be Ice Rod for Trinex and Gauntlet Go mode.
I kind of lost my shit on commentary when I saw like the legs standing out in a room right in front of it.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that meant it was Trinex because I saw the tail, but I wanted to double check in case it was Helmosaur.
Yeah, I mean you had plenty of Helmosaur beforehand.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was quite something. One of the things that actually pulled you a little bit ahead was the blind fight in Skullwoods. Before that, Dazed was actually quite ahead of you a little, just because of being generally a little bit faster, and doing a few less, a few checks differently. And then you pulled ahead massively because he died twice there. And yeah, and from there it just really fell into place. I mean, the hints were so useful in this seed, right? Like they told you pretty much
kind
everything.
of. I could have gone without that mimic cave hint though.
Yeah, did you bite on that mimic cave hint too?
Yeah, as soon as I got up, as soon as I saw it was Trinex, I went down and did the rest of the basement, and then just went into Turtle Rock. I was almost thinking about, like, when I got the hint going into Turtle Rock, I was almost thinking just leaving at that point, but that felt like I wasn't sure what to do at that point. There was so many unique items at that point that we could have gotten. It was like 9 unique items or something like that, and we only needed 2, or well, it turned out we needed 3 of them.
I mean, in the end, the bow wasn't even needed, right? So
yeah, when I went into pod, I was like, it's Animizer, I should just do everything in pod that I can, because I don't really need the bow to get past the mimics, because they aren't going to be there. But since this was Ganongal, like I've been playing so few Ganongals in this tournament so far, so I was like, I really wanted to just skip dependence as much as possible. It kind of bit off.
Yeah, I mean, if you found the ice rod early, I mean, it wouldn't have changed that much. Just the final 30 minutes, pretty much, but 20 minutes, pretty much. But yeah, that ice rod has been available for quite a while to you.
I totally forgot that. And it's my fault for choosing it, but I totally forgot that Animizer, that pod is not bow locked. I just saw those mitts and I was just like, oh, and like typical seed kicked in, and I was like, oh, that's it, I'm out of here. I got stuff to do.
Yeah, both of you actually.
Yeah, I think it's still in logic bow locked. I'm pretty sure Furimi told me that.
Oh, yeah?
That you still need the bow for the mimics. Even though there aren't no mimics, the logic still wants you to have the bow for it.
Oh, really?
It's just the bosses apparently that don't need the you don't need the bow for, except for getting to Hammersorgen because of the statue. So I was thinking, it's like, well, I could get the items, but it's not in logic. Let's just follow the myths instead.
Oh well. Good game, bud.
It was definitely a crazy seed. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to match 2. That's scheduled as well already, right? That's on.
Yeah, it's same time tomorrow.
Same time tomorrow. Well, if you want to, and if I can find a few volunteers, because honestly, I'm not doing that single solo streaming again. Although Norinato came in the middle and helped, I'd be happy to restream that as well.
Yeah, that's pretty beast mode, doing everything yourself. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, Nato actually helped me out, so that was fine. Because
thanks to her too.
At some point, it got so confusing. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have been able to do all of it by myself. But yeah, if anyone is available, I'd be happy to do the second game of round 2 between the two of you as well. It will be hard mode, so that could be something.
Yeah, all dungeons standard dungeons, all hard mode, yeah.
I mean, we had that expert seed restream yesterday that had
yeah,
inverted.
I heard some things about that one.
Inverted expert, and it had pedestal required as well. So that one was quite bad.
Was it at least dungeons? Like all dungeons go?
Nah, it was beat Ganon. But I mean,
rip.
It was beat Ganon. But I mean, since it was pedestal seed, didn't really matter. That one took 2.5 hours for the winner for top life. And both of you really got awful Aghanim patterns. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think I had like a 9 or 8 cycle Ago.
You had 2010111. So
I don't even want to know what I did. I at that point I was just like completely checked out. Just kind of like, forget it.
Yeah, I mean, at that point you already knew that the game was going to Walther, so... And we're closing in, and that's a nice... a nice texture for the bad. Did you guys see that? The texture for the bad?
Yeah. Was it the Mimic side?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I wish they had like custom boss sprites for Animizer still.
My bad.
Alright, final hits for Dazed. By the way, yeah, not sure if you heard earlier, Walter, but or you probably saw it, that Silver swore on pedestal.
Yeah, I saw it on my credits. I was pretty sure that meant silvers.
Swords is something sharp.
I was hoping to do like Bolas, Ganon instead of silverless.
Yeah, I mean, besides Pedestal, there wasn't much left for you guys in the Light World, right? It was K45, Checkerboard, and that's pretty much it, I believe.
Yeah, I did not touch like anything in Eastern, and I still had 2 items in Ice Pass left. Because
Oh, yeah.
I dipped out as soon as I got the mitts in Pass of Darkness, and as soon as I got the boots in Ice Palace. So I was pretty scared when I saw that bow in the cave. I was like,
Yeah.
there's so many places to go.
I mean, Eastern was nothing, because Daze checked it, so he actually cleared it, so...
I was actually thinking like just going to Helmasaur as soon as possible in pod, just because I had the bow.
At least it wasn't another Helmosaur King in Eastern.
Which boss was it?
It was actually Argus.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was Argus.
Did you do that before we got Dark World access?
Nah, he did that really late. Like, right before you finished. Looking for the, he did that before going to GT for the first time, I believe.
Hey, I made a mistake there. I just kind of was like, okay, the mirror's probably in, the, for some reason, fluted to that, and then like halfway through the cave, I'm saying to myself, wait, this isn't the right play. At that point, I was committed and hoping that I'd get bailed out, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I did like after I bailed in Eastern, I was checking the boots locations, and then went to Desert, and after Desert, I was like, well, if there's nothing there, I can just go to Pyramid Fair and check that. And then right after I finished Desert, I completely forgot that and did the entire Smith sequence first instead. I'm like, wait a minute, this was not part of the plan.
Finished. All right.
Alright, so Daze finishing as well with a 209.56 in the end. So,
Oh, that.
pick us up before we get dizzy, it says.
Yep, kind of what it feels like right now.
A little bit.
Alright guys, so since you had a long seat to play through, I will let you go. And thank you guys for the interview. And I'm looking forward to game 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for restreaming, and we're basically doing almost everything today.
No worries, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks for doing everything there for sure.
I enjoyed it. I hope you guys in chat enjoyed it as well. If you did, make sure to follow the runners, make sure to follow the trackers, which was Nori. I didn't do much, so yeah, shoutouts to everyone but me, because who cares? Subscribe to CSR, that's how you can help me. Just kidding. Alright, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll actually see each other again in 2.5 hours when the next stream of A Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup is happening, and that will be game 1 between Xin and Pipon 2. So that's inverted expert key sanity. So that one will be crazy. Inverted key sanity is already bad enough, but expert mode? Yeah, well, okay. Thanks everyone for watching. See you in a couple of hours.